sunset, closing the door on another day. If I can make it through the city and the traffic, I'll be okay. Way home, way home. I'm just looking for my way home. Way home, way home. Everybody's got to find their way home. I'm looking at the cars and I'm thinking of
Hey fans, our CC Portland 301 showcase will start in about 3 minutes. Take a seat, get ready to put suggestions into chat. When you do that, select all panelists and attendees to put in messages. That's how you can also put shout outs to the players. See you in a few.
Now things are getting slower and congestion is insane. You got your blinker on and you're nosing in my lane. I say, go ahead, what's a second or two to me? I'm just trying to get from point A to point B safely. Now things are getting slower and congestion is insane. You got your blinker on and you're nosing into my lane. I say go ahead, what's a second or two to me? I'm just trying to get from point A to point B safely. Way home, way home. We're all looking for our way home. Way home, way home. Let's make sure everybody gets home. Safely, safely,
Met up at the crossroads late one evening. I don't know what you thought you were achieving. You sat expecting in the dark sometime. What could I do but wait at my stop sign? I don't want the right away that you just gave me. Could be trouble down the road, so don't try to save me.
Hey, good evening and welcome to CC Portland's 301 Showcase tonight. Before we start, we do want to acknowledge that there are a lot of things going on in our country right now. And this weekend, we'll be doing shows with our pro team, Friday against Richmond, Virginia, Saturday against Austin, Texas. And all the proceeds that we collect from those shows, and in fact, anything that you give us tonight, we'll shoot you a Venmo and PayPal link later on in the broadcast. All the things collected this week will go to funds like the Black Resilience Fund here in Portland, with a little shout out toward Reclaim the Block in Minneapolis. People doing real work at ground level, and we thank you for your support. Please remember that tonight's show is students. These are folks who are in our 301 class, and for many, it's their first improv show ever. And your support is most most welcome. At the end of the match, you're going to have a chance to ask questions about the experience with the students and with some of our staff as well. So stay tuned, and we'll be on in just a moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Comedy Sports 301 Showcase. We are so happy you are here with us tonight, and we'd like to welcome you. I'd like to introduce you to our lineup tonight. Andrea, hey! Robin! Kevin! Tim! Steve! Yes, the crowd is going wild! Oh! Dave! Andrea E! Ryan playing as a captain tonight. And your other captain, Myra. Amy M is our chat goddess tonight. And me, I'm Jamie, I will be your announcer. And your referee tonight, Patrick, Electrical Show.
Hey, good evening once again, and welcome to the CSC Portland 301 Showcase. I'll be your referee tonight. You don't need to remember my whole name whenever I yell, hey fans. You put, hey ref into chat. So let's try that out. Hey fans. Okay, good job. All right, now, what's going to happen tonight is we're going to improvise based on your suggestions, a series of short-form improv games, and you'll put those suggestions into chat. Please put them into all panelists and attendees so that everybody can see them. That's most fair that way. And then we'll select via our chat goddess. That is Amy Milstein. Amy, what's going on tonight?
I would like to say that we do have a chat goddess at Portland CSC, and if you know anything about goddesses, you do not want to get them mad by taking their name. So I would like to be known as Duchess Von Chat.
Okay, Duchess, that's perfect. I accept the correction.
No
We're
problem.
learning all the time.
And our audience looks fun, frisky, and fine.
Fine. Excellent. Nice. All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Duchess Von Chat is going to be working really hard tonight with the number of people who are in here making suggestions, and that's pretty cool. All right. There are a couple other rules. We'll explain them when the captains come onto the field, and I would like the captains on the screen. All right. It's Captain Myra, Captain Ryan. Thank you for representing your class. Thank you for adjusting your camera. Y'all are awesome. And what we're going to do now is explain first the brown bag foul. So in comedy sports, if anybody says anything lewd, crude, lascivious, racist, sexist, Marxist, or too soon, that gets the brown bag foul. And our players are ready. And thank you. I should have charged Fred Meyer for that free advertising. But there you go. So anybody says that? I'm sorry?
It's worth a nickel.
Okay, that's right. We just earned a nickel. Fantastic. So if I hear anything that's that offensive, I'm going to blow a whistle, throw a flag that nobody can see, and that player will have to wear a brown paper sack over their head for the remainder of that scene or game. Thank you for demonstrating that, Ryan. This also applies to you, tonight's fans in chat. So if you say rude, lewd, crude, racist, sexist, Marxist things in chat, our Duchess Von Chat going to take care of you by removing you permanently from the show. Don't go there. All right. So there's also a technical foul. If anybody is muted when they're not supposed to be, we'll call a technical foul on them, and they will lose 1 point. It's the only points we're going to have. So a couple people end up at negative, and everybody else will be probably at 0 for the night. All right. So let's have a little coin toss here. I think it's going to be amazing. I've got a number in my mind between 1 and 100. Myra, what is that number?
83.
83. And Ryan?
84.
Ooh, really cool. Here's the number, 81. Myra is just a little closer, and she gets to call the first game. What do you want to play?
I want to play Top That.
Great. Go prepare the teams. Everybody's going to play in this one eventually. Cool. So in the game of Top That, we need to get actions from you. So what we need are team sports, individual activities, indoor chores, outdoor chores. Throw them all into chat right now. And we're going to need a lot of suggestions. And you're already rolling in chat, and it's great to see. Thank you so much. So let's have our first two players on the screen. Awesome. Oh, wait, it's Ryan and Myra, but in my view, they switched positions. I don't understand how Zoom works. It's great. All right. Fantastic. So for you two, what's going to happen is we're going to start with a suggestion. And Duchess, what's our first suggestion that you're going to take?
Well, from Megan, we've got badminton.
Badminton is fantastic suggestion. Excellent. So it's badminton. So Myra, you won the toss. What does badminton look like? What's a badminton gesture? Ooh, look at that. Great. Ryan matches it up, and the players will be explaining what they're doing. Myra, you'll initiate. Players, begin.
Hey, I'm playing badminton. Top That.
Oh, your eyelashes look beautiful if you just do this and a little of that. Top that.
I'm casting a curse with my wand. Top That.
Oh, my anthill just came in, and oh, there's so many that just aren't alive anymore. I gotta get them out. Top that.
Boogie Wonderland. Top That.
Oh, this is for you. You get a golden ticket, and you get a golden ticket, and you get a golden ticket. Everybody gets a golden ticket. Top that.
I'm sorry, not everybody gets a golden ticket, so I'm going to call that one, and we're going to rotate you two out. Great first round. Awesome job. Let's have two more players on the screen. And Duchess, what's our next suggestion?
Well, Susan has suggested walking the dog.
Walking the dog is a good one. Dave looks ready to walk a dog, so let's see the gesture from Dave. So Dave's walking the dog. Paul's going to match him, and Dave, initiate.
Hey, I'm out walking my dog. Top that.
Ooh, Paul's muted. That's -1 point, but I am going to give you a chance to unmute and bring it back in. So, Paul, continue. It's your turn.
I'm hammering a really small nail. Top that.
I'm playing the one-handed violin. Top that.
I'm stirring a can of paint. Top that.
I'm drawing tiny circles in the sky. Top that.
I'm combing the head of a kitten. Top that.
I'm petting an alligator. Top that.
Petting an alligator, not recommended, Dave. I'm sorry. Rotate, both of you. Another fine round. Good job. Let's have two more players on the screen. And Duchess, what's our next suggestion?
From Anne, we have gymnastics.
Ooh, I can't hardly wait to see what the gesture is for gymnastics. We have Tim. Who's joining Tim, please?
Steve.
Because it's not going to be me. All right. Ooh, it's Steve. Steve, you want to make sure you unmute. I saw that one ahead of time this time. All right, cool. All right, so it's gymnastics. Tim, you get to initiate.
I think Tim's frozen.
And Tim's frozen. So
Oh, bummer.
that's a bummer. -1 point for Tim. Steve's won that round. Let's have one person back from the next group come on in. All right, we'll figure out who that is. This is how we improvise. Robin, you're muted. Now you're unmuted. You're ready to go. That's fantastic. So what's our suggestion from chat?
Cameron suggested housekeeping.
Housekeeping, fantastic. Housekeeping to Steve. What's housekeeping look like to you?
I'm housekeeping. Top that.
I'm stirring a giant vat of apple butter. Top that.
I'm churning butter. Top that.
I'm hoeing my garden. Top that.
I'm raking some leaves. Top that.
Oh, this cane is trying to get away from me. I can barely walk. Top that.
I'm pulling taffy. Top that.
You know, it's really hard to charm a snake when the snake just keeps moving. Top that.
And that is a hesitation on Steve's part because snake charming, very dangerous. All right, let's have Tim come back in with the next person who was in Robin's group, if we could do that. All right, it's Kevin and Tim. Tim, you're back. You're probably very cold, but not frozen anymore. Okay, excellent. Duchess, what's our suggestion for these two?
Yes, Magdalena would like to see ballet class.
Oh, ballet class, would she? Excellent. Thank you, Magdalena. Kevin, can you show us a move associated with ballet class? Oh, lovely. All right, Tim, match that and begin. Kevin.
I'm in ballet class. Top that.
I'm wearing a really beautiful hat. Top that.
I'm hosting a teepee for all my friends to live in. Top that.
I'm floating around the moon. Top that.
I'm pretending I'm a hang glider. Top that.
I am inside of an Egyptian pyramid. Top that.
I am praying to Sir Conehead. Top that.
I am calling a time out. Top that.
I'm trying to get better signal.
I'm sorry, a timeout is called like this, not like this. Good try. Excellent round. Very enjoyable. Next two up, please. All right. Possibly looking at our final group. It is Drea and Andrea. Awesome. Cool. And Duchess, what's our suggestion for this final round?
Well, Jennifer called it. She wants washing the cat.
Ooh, very dangerous. Washing the cat. Andrea K., what's washing the cat look like? Oh, nice. All right, begin.
I'm washing the cat. Top that.
I'm pulling spaghetti out of my cat. Top that.
I'm pulling this taffy down. It's hard. Top that.
I'm trying to find the right bowling ball. Top that.
Oh, honey, everything's going to be okay. Top that.
I'd like to try this the next time I get a massage. Top that.
Taking the fuzz off the kiwi. This is the new technique. Top that.
I'm trying to de-sole my running shoe. Top that.
I am...
And that's time. All right. The game of Top That. Scintillating. Hope you're all playing that along with them at home. And Jamie, let's go to you. What did you see in that game?
I saw all kinds of good-looking things in that game. Tim and Kevin, they should start a ballet class. It would be awesome.
Fantastic. All right. Hey, next up, we're going to play a game called Advice Panel. And in Advice Panel, I want fans, you to start putting in questions that you might have for experts. Now, the questions might be relationship questions or family issues or work problems that you might have, or maybe do-it-yourself things, you know, the stuff you need help with around the house. So all those questions, we'll have a bunch of experts. And I would also like to get a letter of the alphabet for our experts to base their characters around. So we'll throw a letter of the alphabet. And what do we have, Duchess?
Well, Megan wants to know, what's the right thing to wear to a Zoom wedding?
The right thing to wear to a Zoom wedding. That's will be our first question, but we need a letter of the alphabet first.
Letter of the alphabet. Well, that would be the letter G.
Okay, fantastic. So players are preparing for the letter G. Fans, you can keep the questions coming in. We don't need any more letters of the alphabet for this one, though. Thank you. All right, and let's meet tonight's panel of experts. To the screen. We have Paul. We have Gymnasium. Excellent. Oh, George the Gardener. Sorry, Paul, didn't see the name change. And also joining us will be Steve for this game. Great me. Nice. All right, cool. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our phenomenal panel of experts. Gentlemen, it's great to see you here. Let's meet you. George, introduce yourself. What's going on?
Hi, I'm George the Gardener, and I love playing with plants.
Nice. Thank you so much. Mr. Gymnasium. Mr. Nasium?
Yeah, I spend most of my time in the gym, so I know all things gym related. Come to me if you need anything about gyms.
Cool. Thank you. And great.
Yeah, so I think that my big thing is that I am a very humble person.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. Excellent. Could we repeat that first question, Duchess? It was minutes ago for me, and my memory
What
is
is
nothing.
the right thing to wear to a Zoom wedding? for
Right
men?
thing to wear to a Zoom wedding. Let's go back to George. George, what's the right thing to wear to a Zoom wedding?
Well, there is absolutely only one right way to go about that, and that is with an array of flowers, of course. Now,
Fantastic.
picking the correct color coordination to match your particular event can be tricky, but that also the sense will help you choose what will vibrate with you as well.
Excellent. So it's a combination of color and scent for you.
Correct.
Excellent. Great. Jim, what to wear to a Zoom wedding?
I wish you would have come to me first, because all you need to wear at a Zoom wedding is some tank tops. Any color you want, tank tops to show off. Them bad boys right there. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Thank you, Jim. Great.
Yeah, so I wouldn't ever presume to tell you what to wear because I am way too humble. But what you should do is probably I should shop with you, and I can probably pick it out for you.
Oh, that's a great offer. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. Cool. All right. Duchess, what's our next question from the fans?
Yes. So Charla wants to know, what do you do when the neighbor's chicken digs up the yard?
Oh, neighbor's chickens digging up the yard, and that's a great question. Let's go to Jim for that. Jim?
Yeah, I don't really mess with chickens. I only really mess with powder stuff that you put in your drinks, and then you drink that up before you go to the gym. So chickens aren't really my thing.
Oh, thanks for admitting that. That's great. Great me?
Yeah, so probably what I would do is I would give the chicken a heart-to-heart, a nice little talk, and if it didn't work out, then I would probably just shove it back in the coop.
Fantastic. George?
Chickens, they can be a menace. Now, what you have to do is you just have to get like a broom and get him out of the garden so you can get a little fence going there so he cannot get back in. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Very practical advice. Very unusual in this game. Duchess?
Yes, Kathy wants to know how to get the aphids off her roses.
Oh, yeah. Very timely question. Aphids on the roses here early in June. Let's go to Great.
Yeah, so, obviously the ladybugs are the way to go. But probably what I would do is I would probably shout at them and then pluck them all off.
Fantastic. George?
Well, my favorite technique is just run around with a fly swatter and they just get scared off and leave.
Oh, yeah. Fear factor. Excellent. And Jim?
Yeah, what you got to do is you take the rose in your hand like this and you just start doing as many reps as you possibly can until each individual falls off. Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Thank you very much. That is our advice panel. Thank you, players. That's time. All right, Jamie, what did we learn in that?
We learned all kinds of good things. Well, first of all, I learned that I love the name Gymnasium. That's that's it. It almost sounds like he should be in rhinoplasty. Gymnasium. That's just me. Anyway, I learned that you can give a chicken a heart-to-heart conversation, and I'm going to use that.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks, Jamie. All right, our next game is New Choice, and we're going to welcome Myra, Kevin, and Andrea Kay to the screen. For the game of New Choice, we need a suggestion of a place that you and a partner have been to. And let's see what comes up with that. A place you and a partner have been to. And in this, we're going to play a dramatic scene from this. So what are we seeing out there, Duchess?
Mary Pat suggested carnival.
A carnival. Fantastic suggestion. So the scene will be set in a carnival. And among the team, choose which two of you are going to start. The third will arrive a little later in the scene. In the game of New Choice, what's going to happen is they're going to play a very dramatic scene. And periodically, I will ring a bell and say New Choice. And I want the player to literally make a new choice on what they just said or did. And they'll keep going until I ring a bell, and then they're off and running again with that new choice. It can change the story. Sometimes it can be really funny, and sometimes I'll intellectually understand what's going on. Sometimes not. All right, players, you have a suggestion of a carnival. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, take the screen.
Marsh, what are we gonna do? They're all out of toffee, and I love toffee.
Bobby, it's okay. They'll make more toffee tomorrow. We have a season pass. We can come here any day we want.
Well, you know, the rides are great, but the toffee and the drippiness and the stickiness and the...
New choice.
And I cannot get past the fact that the toffee has to have a coffee flavor.
New choice.
So the toffee, I use it as a little bean to bean people with, you know, like as they walk by, pop them real good. What do you think?
That sounds really fun. I know a guy who, you know, sells that kind of toffee. We can go meet up with her, or him, sorry, in a few minutes.
New choice.
Is this the guy? Hey, we want some hard toffee to throw at people at the carnival.
I got some toffee here. Who wants some toffee? It's good. It's got some coffee.
New toffee gesture.
I got coffee. I know where to get it.
We don't want it pre-chewed. No pre-chewed toffee.
New choice.
We don't want toffee with spit on it.
New choice.
We want toffee with your spit. Better.
Here you go.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah. Myra, new maniacal laugh. New laugh.
Let's throw some stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, throw in the toffee. Just throw it. You know what? Throw it on the people on the Ferris wheel.
New choice.
Throw it on the people on the carousel.
New choice.
Let's throw it at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for last week, Bobby.
New choice.
This is for all those years you stole all my food, Bobby.
New choice.
This is for stealing my dog.
And that's time. New choice. That got dark. Very dark at the end. Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you, team. Let's go to Jamie for post-game analysis on New Choice.
Oh, I thought they were trying to say taffy and toffee. It was they're two different things.
It's a new choice, my friend. It's a new choice. Awesome. That's great. Hey, next up, we're going to play a game called Slow-Mo, and 4 of the players will be participating in this. Let's bring out Robin, Tim, Dave, and Andrea P., also known, a.k.a. tonight, as Drea. All right. So for the game of Slow-Mo, fans, we're going to need an outdoor chore that's like raking the leaves or gardening or something, but not those two because I just said them. So something that you need to do outdoors. And Duchess, I'd like you to pick something that, with your knowledge of what might be pretty visible in the screens, if we could do that. All right. So what's coming up there, Duchess?
Well, Danielle wants to see picking fruit.
Picking fruit. Excellent. All right. I'm going to go back to the fans. What kind of fruit is being picked? So let's see what comes out there.
Oh, kumquats.
Okay,
sure.
Picking kumquats. I'm like, who doesn't want to do that? They're small. All right. So we're going to take picking kumquats and turn it into an Olympic sport in slow motion with color commentary. So, folks, who will be doing the picking? Who's going to be participating in that? Give us a wave. Dave is going to be picking, and Drea is going to be picking. So that leaves Robin and Tim as our announcers. Robin and Tim can turn their cameras off, and I will turn cameras off as well. And we will start in just a moment. And once again, it's the game of slow-mo. It's picking kumquats turned into an Olympic sport in slow motion. Players, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, it is the 74th annual Kumquat Picking Championship.
That is right, Robin. The crowd today is full. The stadium is full. Our competitors are warming up.
Oh, look, Drea is channeling all her energy, getting that spiritual warm-up.
Dave is over here with the squats. That is his classic warm-up. It has worked for him in years past. We love to see him warming up like that. We also need to thank our sponsors, Dole. Dole is sponsoring today's event. Thank you so much, Dole.
Now, Drea is our challenger this year. Oh, here we go. The gun has sounded.
The gun has sounded. Our competitors are slowly going for the kumquats. Looks like Dave has already grabbed a basket. There he goes.
Oh, and Drea is completing her look and also shading her eyes. Very important to keep that vision protected as you look for those tiny orange kumquats.
That's right, very important. This is a move we've seen from her in the past, the hat, and it looks as though Dave has actually adopted that technique as well this year. He is sporting a hat as well. Drea is going for the kumquat. There she goes. She's going in. Accessed it. There it is.
Dave's got a little more of a quantity approach. Oh, Drea's protecting that kumquat. Dave's got a bit more of a quantity approach, but now last year, Drea pulled ahead by picking the highest quality kumquats, because in the sorting phase in judging, any kumquat that's substandard is not counted toward the competitor's total.
That's right. We do lay them out at the end of the competition to make sure. Dave is actually struggling with this one here. I'm not exactly sure what is going on. It may not be ripe. He is struggling. I don't know if he's going to get that. We've seen this. Oh, there it is. He has gotten it. Well, let's hope he gets it in that basket there.
Drea's got another perfect one. Oh, and she's really keeping it close to her vest. She is not letting anybody see just how many total she's picked. It's amazing.
Such a loving approach to kumquat picking.
Now, I'm a little concerned about Dave. He seems to be wearing out a little bit here.
He didn't quite hydrate right beforehand, so I think we're seeing him struggle, but he is really desperate to get as many as possible into that hat. I love the approach. I love the technique, dumping them into the basket yet again.
I think Drea just taste tested one in the field.
Great technique, too.
She's going to have to watch out for that.
And that's time. That's slow-mo. Fantastic job. We'll never quite know who won. It was quality versus quantity. Jamie, what did you see?
Well, I saw all kinds of good things. I do know what a kumquat is.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. And there it is right behind you.
Yes, right there.
Fantastic. All
and
right.
And you can pick a bunch of them and put them down your shirt, keeping kumquats close to the vest.
That's a good thing to know. Yep, we certainly did learn that. All right, next up in our lineup tonight is a game called Switch Interview. So for the game of Switch Interview, imagine that you took a day off of school or work and stayed at home. And you went on to cable TV, and what do you see? You see talk shows. You see lots and lots of talk shows. So we're going to show you lots and lots of talk shows. But we need you to give us subjects for those talk shows. So if you could put in college courses or majors that you took, obscure hobbies, not stamp collecting. I'm not into stamp collecting anymore, and it's very sad. But any topic for a talk show that you would like to see. And we're going to have an interviewer and an interviewee going through our entire crew playing this game. All right. So let's start with Tim and Paul. Tim is the interviewer and Paul is the interviewee. And I'll get out of your way. And Duchess, what's our first subject for our talk show tonight?
Well, Jennifer would like to see Needlepoint, please.
Needlepoint. All right. It's a whole series of talk shows, and we're starting with Needlepoint. Players, you ready?
Yes.
Oh, Paul, what an experience. Now, I want to get serious for just a minute here. Our question from our audience poll is about your needle point work. Tell me how you came about that.
Well, it started as a young kid. I just was constantly poking myself with things like thorns and everything else. So I figured if I practiced something with needles, I would grow up in an immunity and calluses on my fingers. So
Really?
it would feel better in the long run.
And did you ever sustain any type of injury when you were doing said needlepoint?
Not substantial, no.
And that's time. Rotate. Okay, great. Awesome. Nice work. So Paul's going to stay in as an interviewer, and Myra's up next. Thank you. And what's our next suggestion from Duchess?
Cameron would like to know about engineering.
Engineering. Paul's interviewing Myra about engineering. And
Oh, Myra, thank you for the tour. That was an amazing building you've designed here.
Well, a building is like a fine wine, and you must start from the foundation. And if you don't start there, then you're going to end up with a really pickled experience.
I really like those Salvador Dali windows you have, but are they really rainproof?
I have stood under them in a rainstorm, quite scared. I get scared. But yes, they are quite sound, and I have good people working for me and sealed it. Yeah. Salvador was really not into rain.
all right, switch it up. Myra switches to interviewer. And what's our next subject, Duchess Von Chant?
It's paleontology from Elena.
Okay, thank you very much for that suggestion. Paleontology, and Drea is up next, yes? Cool, paleontology.
So,
Begin.
Caroline, you are the leading expert on paleontology in Oklahoma. So please tell me more about the field in Oklahoma.
Well, the field in Oklahoma, there's just so much paleontology going on in Oklahoma. You wouldn't believe it. The first thing is all you see is paleontology all over the place. So let me just start there, okay? Now, if you don't watch your back, then you're gonna have some bones creeping right up behind you. So you got to do a lot of turning around. You got to keep a lot of glasses, and you got to watch out for all that. So
You gotta own the paleo and the tology at the same time.
you are exactly right. Are we BFFs in another life?
Switch. Awesome. Next up is Robin. And what's our suggestion?
Olivia really wants to see fencing, all caps.
Fencing. Fencing what?
All caps fencing.
All caps fencing. Excellent.
Mhm.
All right. And Steve is up next, joining Robin. And here we go.
Now, I understand you are the premier fencer in the entire over 30 league. Tell us
Yeah,
more.
that's correct. So I love to build fences. That's what fencing is all about, is building fences. So, you know, you got the picket ones, and you've got the cedar fences, and you got your cyclone fences, and
Now,
fencing is awesome.
tell me, what is your opinion of chain link?
So chain link is a bit passe at this point. If you want to get something that will have the protection of a chain link, but not be a chain link, then you can do some barbed wire. You can do some picket. You know, as long as you paint it white, of course.
But
and it's
barbed
best if
wire.
you get somebody else to paint it for you.
I see. Barbed wire sounds terribly dangerous.
Yeah, it's only dangerous if you don't open it enough when you're trying to step through it.
And switch. What's our next suggestion?
June would like to hear about organized crime.
Organized crime. And Dave has joined us for organized crime. All right.
Dave, I know you're an expert on organized crime. Exactly how organized is it?
Well, you know, they used to use Rolodexes. They used to have the Rolodexes in the old day, and they really like that tactile kind of a thing going on. But now it's more digital, but they're worried about just the vulnerability of the data. And so they're really contemplating going back to the Rolodex.
So what's your favorite scam these days?
I love the Nigerian mermaid scam. It's a really wonderful scam. It's set up where a mermaid actually comes to your door and explains to you how she is desperate and needing to get a ticket to go back home to Atlantis. And people fall for it far too often. It's so sad. And of course, everyone is so embarrassed, no one talks about it.
And they're embarrassed because she's obviously not underwater, so she can't breathe?
More that it's, they, broke quarantine and opened the door.
All right, switch it. All right, what's our next suggestion?
Hula dancing from Heidi.
Hula dancing, and begin.
Andrea, I understand that you are very well versed in the ancient Hawaiian art of hula dancing. What is it that you could tell us and our viewers that we don't already know about hula dancing?
Well, it's not hip hop.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That is so funny. And what is it that you particularly recommend for our younger viewers to start doing when they want to learn the hula for themselves?
Oh, well, hula dancing is storytelling, right? And you have to learn to tell the story with your body, not your voice.
Is there a story that should not be told?
Yes, there are many stories that should not be told. It all depends on your audience. If your audience includes cats and dogs, you don't want to tell the story about, the mouse that ran through the park. And if your audience...
All right, that's time. Digging deep. Awesome. All right, we're going to welcome Kevin to the screen. And what's our suggestion for our friends here?
Elizabeth wants fashion for cats.
Fashion for cats. Fashion for cats.
Mm-hmm.
Begin.
So Kevin, there you are. I see you now. Yes, I'm trying to help our viewers dress their cats for this season. So can you tell me what is the latest in cat fashion?
Well, last year was really about the cat vest, and this year, cats are eager to have more accessories. So what we're doing is we're bringing cat hats to the market. Just a little black circle over their heads, just to accentuate their facial features, match with the vest next time they go to their next event.
And I understand that this is the motion for washing the cat. So what do you have to do to their fashion accessories while you're washing the cat?
Well, generally, you also want to be fashionable while you wash the cat. they must have the vest at all times, otherwise they'll start scratching you. So you need a special wet vest for them that is movable, so that you can wash the cat while they can maintain their vest status, so they can one up their cat friends.
And switch. Awesome. All right, next up, Ryan's joined us. Kevin, come back. Great. And what's our suggestion, Duchess Von Chat?
Yes, Ruth would like to learn about ancient Roman history.
I'm sure Ruth would like to learn about that. All right. Ancient Roman history. Begin.
So your family has written open letters on the internet about your obsession with, ancient Roman literature, and they're frankly really jealous that you don't even spend time with them anymore. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, yes. First of all, I would like to just make it known it is not an obsession. Everybody should know about Roman history, especially as much as I know about Roman history. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that it is not an obsession. And as far as people wanting to hang out with me, if they want to hang out with me, they can go to Rome with me, like I've said millions of times.
Last week, you hit a reporter for saying something wrong about ancient Rome. Can you tell us what that was and how you felt, and whether or not that was rational?
Yeah. Hold on one second.
It's okay.
He asked me about ancient Greece.
Switch. And Tim's back to the screen. And what's our final?
Yes, this is from Lovebug. They want to see the history of the art of mime.
The history of the art of mime from Lovebug. Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, players.
So it's like this, right? I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Like this.
Yeah, that's right. But what I would say is you really got to relax your arms when you go in for it. When you're building the box, really think about it from the inside out.
Yes, that'll be a useful tip to all of our listeners out there. There's a question from a listener right now. I can't understand what they're trying to ask me right now. They're just totally quiet about it. I'm going to go ahead and just ask you our last question of the night. When you are a mime and then you're off duty, take us through that.
Well, you see, you never really are off duty when you're a mime. When you're going through life is like a mime. I think there's a song about that, actually. But, when you go into the grocery store, you really want to keep your distance from people. You just mime yourself through life. You're walking through the fruit aisles. You go over to the dried goods. And you're also really important. You don't talk at all, which is really difficult for me. But what I would say is, just start from the inside out.
And that's time. Awesome job. It's Switch interview. Wow, we learned a lot. Jamie, what did you learn?
I learned that fencing and fences are two different things.
Okay.
I also learned that cats do have hats and vests. And I will never become a mime because you're always at work.
Right. Yeah. Who can do that? You need some time off, right?
Who knew?
Totally. Excellent. All right. Next up. Thank you, Jamie. Next up, we're going to play a game called Foreign Movie, and joining us are Dave, Ryan, and Andrea Kay. Excited about this. For the game of Foreign Movie, folks, we're going to need two things. First, we're going to need the name of a foreign country that does not exist, and we're also going to need the title of a film in English, please, that has never been written or told before. It is just a phrase. No need to be super, super clever. Yikes, I'm scared now. And they're going to put it together, and I'll explain that in a minute. So what do we have? What's our country?
So our country from Dan is Berlandria.
Berlandria?
Okay. Yes.
All right, fantastic. And title of the film, do we have a title?
Love of My Cousin.
Love of My Cousin from
From
Berlandia.
Zoe.
What?
From Zoe. Zoe
From
suggested.
Zoe. Thank you, Zoe.
Yes.
Love of My Cousin. What a great title, Zoe. You have a future in this. All right. So what's going to happen is Dave and Ryan will be performing in Berlandese, the film Love of My Cousin, and Andrea will be off screen. And she will provide the subtitles verbally so that we can understand what the heck is going on in the film. So pretty tremendous. Players, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, fans, I hope you're ready because I'm kicking off the soundtrack now.
My little dog wants to see you.
Oh, là, et je veux là-bas, and
Oh, but my cat is very afraid. It does not love you, cousin. But why is your cat afraid of me? Your cat should be afraid of my dog.
ah, je ne vois, et je vais voir, et moi, et
Oh, the last time that we saw you, you went to kiss the cat and you pulled her tongue so far out of her mouth it hurt. I couldn't help myself. It was such a beautiful tongue. I just wanted to rub it all over my face and in my mouth.
ne sais pas, et je vais,
Well, she has just packed a suitcase and left home because she really doesn't want to see you. But I want to see you because I love you, cousin. Oh, that's so wonderful. I can't wait for you to get here. But I'm very sad about the cat.
ah, 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 ah.
Well, what do you expect me to do about it?
And that's time. Foreign movie, Love of Your Cousin, with Dave Ryan and Andrea. All right, Jamie, what did we learn in this dramatic film?
Well, I learned that the name of the country is actually a flower. Belandria. Who knew that?
Who knew? Well, you did. Thanks for
Yes.
Googling that. That's pretty
Yes.
awesome. Hey, thanks very much. Excellent. The soundtrack's still playing here over the credits, which is great. Next up, the game of press conference. And I'd like to welcome Paul, Kevin, Steve, and Andrea P. to the field, to the screen. Boom. All right. Hey, everybody. So remind me if we are able. In this game, we do have to send somebody out. And I'm hoping that one of my other co-hosts can do this. Who's going to be guessing in this game? Who's going to be giving the press conference?
Paul will be guessing.
Paul. Thank you, Captain Drea. Way to go. All right. So if one of my co-hosts could put Paul on hold, as we like to talk about it. Whoa, he's gone.
All right, he's gone, sir.
Yeah. And for those of you who are attendees, being on hold is weird. All right. So here's what's going to happen. In your suggestions, this is a press conference given by a very famous person from literature. So think about things that are in books and plays, if you will. And so we'll get that going. And then they're announcing a tremendous new project or event or something in an event in their life that is not connected to that character that we know. So the two things are distinct from each other. So we have somebody from literature and we have an event that's not connected to it. So what is our person from literature, Duchess?
Our person from literature from Heidi is Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. He's been around a long time. And what is Peter Rabbit's event that he's going to announce?
It's sinking of the Titanic.
It's announcing the sinking of the Titanic.
Yes.
This is tremendous and tragic. Wow. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to call Paul, aka Peter Rabbit, back into the room. Not quite yet. And he's going to give a press conference as Peter Rabbit announcing the sinking of the Titanic. Problem? Paul doesn't know who he is or what he's talking about. So our team of reporters will need to get him on to the subject by asking questions that are also partly clues, if you know what I'm saying. So we have Barry the reporter. He's an intern. He's an intern. I like it. And Joe Acosta, and Drea's going to quickly change her name to a reporter name. Mopsy Maven. Nice. There's a clue right there. All right. Little tiny clue. All right. So fans, I need everybody to drum roll at home. And let's call Paul back on to the playing field. And here he is. And let's give him a little music. All right. Thank you very much. Paul, did you hear anything out there in Holdland?
What was that?
You can hear now, I hope. Great. Thank you very much. All right, Paul, you are a character from fiction announcing that an event has happened. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
You'll have up to 3 minutes for the game of press conference. Begin.
Oh, yes, Mopsy.
Yes, Paul. I am really, really wondering about my friends. Can you tell me what happened to them?
Not at this time. Give me a minute or two. I just want to address a couple other issues first. Joe.
Yeah. So whenever the band was playing there, what exactly were they playing?
Music, of course. That's what bands tend to do. Barry.
There are a lot of negative feelings following this event. Surely we'll remember it for hundreds of years. What's your take on the situation?
I think any event should be memorable. I'd like to believe that we could instill more good feelings than bad, but I know that's not always applicable. Mopsy.
Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to all the vegetables down below?
Perhaps the groundhogs got hungry and attacked from underneath. We're still investigating this issue.
Okay.
Rita.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on by today. I guess with the cold water, wasn't such a thing to be perhaps expected?
Unfortunately, yeah, our hot water heater broke, and it is kind of winterish out there yet. But the spring is right around the corner, so no worries. Barry.
Did you know anyone personally affected by this?
I'm not sure at this time. A lot of people have talked about it, but I'm not sure that there were people I would consider close enough to say that I actually knew.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Mopsy.
I'm having a hard time containing myself. I just want to bounce all over the place here. I don't understand the hot water thing. It's really cold in the ocean. So what do you think happened to my friends out there?
Chances are he's going to float to the surface and get some sun and warm up. Rita.
Yeah, so when you're rearranging deck chairs, what do you think the best way to do that is?
Well, I like to have my deck chairs on the boat, so it depends which way you turn the wheel as to which side the chairs will arrange themselves on. Barry.
Did you get your fur wet?
Oh, my fur is always wet. Even if it's not raining, I'm constantly cleaning.
20 seconds.
Mopsy.
I know this is a really stressful situation for you. Your friends are my friends. You said you didn't think you knew anybody, but don't you remember Mopsy? I'm Mopsy, but what about my friends?
Flops?
Yeah.
All right, one last question.
All right, Rita.
So, do you still think you're at the top of the world?
I may have fallen off.
And that's time. All right. Paul, what character from fiction were you? The top one.
Not a clue. Some kind of swimming bunny rabbit that likes vegetables.
Oh. You put a name to that rabbit?
The only rabbit I know is the one from Winnie the Pooh. His name was Rabbit,
okay.
I think.
Yeah. Well, this was Peter Rabbit. So from the
I've heard of him. I don't know if I've read that book though.
Yep. Well, yeah. I don't think you would have read it lately. Cool. And what tragic event were you announcing?
It's sounding like the Titanic.
It is the Titanic. Excellent questions from our folks. Congratulations, team. A very, very difficult game and well done. Jamie, let's get your analysis.
All right. Well, I learned a couple of things. I learned that groundhogs ate the veggies at the bottom of the Titanic.
Yep, and who knew that was a thing,
knew?
and that the ocean was caused by the hot water heater breaking down.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Now we know.
Now we know, and the more you know, that's your analysis.
Exactly.
All right. Cool. All right. Next up, a final scene game. It's going to be instant soap opera. Let's meet Robin, Myra, and Tim. Once again, Robin, Myra, and Tim. All right. For the game of instant soap opera, fans, I need the subject of a scene in a soap opera, something that's going on, like an affair or something like that in a soap opera. But soap operas can be a little whack. So come up with that. While that's happening, we're going to have the players kind of sort of demonstrate the game. There are 3 positions that players can have in this game. Myra's demonstrating close to the camera. Robin is demonstrating far away from the camera. And Tim is demonstrating pacing or other big movement just to free it up. He's got the space to do it. Awesome. Great. So when they're on screen, they can have one of those things, close to the camera, far away from the camera, or pacing or other big movement. But no 2 players can have the same motion or same position at a time. So if you see them in the same place, type in "ooh" in chat. All right, so then we'll know that because I'm sure they're watching chat while they play this. They're not, but it's fun to do. So they'll have to adjust as quickly as they can while they play this incredibly dramatic scene. So players, I would like you to get a scene from the Duchess. And Duchess, what do we got?
Well, I'm going to combine 2 suggestions from Megan and Elena. Discovering you have a twin, but it's an evil twin.
Ooh, discovering you have an evil twin. All right, let's start with 2 players on the screen. And players, are you ready? All right, they are ready, and begin.
Oh my God, Rick. Did you know you had a twin?
No, I can't believe it. That's like the best news I've ever heard. I'm like freaking out right now.
What would it mean? Like, are you the good one then? Because all that crap we did in college.
I'm glad you asked. I have the same questions. If only my family had explained these things to me. Oh.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Well, it's been a long journey to get here, but I'm okay.
I'm sure. I'm sure you're just as anxious about this as I am.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Hey, you leave my friend alone. I heard about you, and just because you share blood genes does not make you family.
Well, no.
Really? What did you hear? Did you hear what happened to that other family?
Other family?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Paper. The one in the paper.
Well, we were separated so young, and I was sent to that other family.
That's right. The family that lived up in Alaska.
Yes.
They were chopped into bits and fed to fish, and then we ate the monster, which means we ate the family.
But at
You know
least it meant we found each other.
That's right. At least we have each other. I'm so grateful to know my new twin. This is wonderful.
And that's time. Instant soap opera. Wow, extremely dramatic. Jamie, what can we even say about that? Jamie?
I'm muted.
Minus 1 point.
Minus 1 point for me.
And minus 1 point for me because I hit my camera on button and I don't know what happened. But so we both lost points. Okay.
Yes.
So analysis of instant soap opera.
Exactly. Well, I learned a lot. I found my evil twin.
Ooh, I see. That's what's going on.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Well, if you found a twin, Jamie, the other one would have to be evil, as nice as you are. And I sincerely mean that. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, fantastic. Great scenes. And we're going to close tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a pun game. So I would like all of the players on the screen, and we're going to challenge you to the game of Back in My Day. Now, Back in My Day is one of those things where, you talk to an elder at a family reunion, and they're all like, back in my day, I walked to school uphill and both ways in the snow, that sort of stuff. But we're going to get suggestions from you fans of things that have been invented recently. So do those. Things that were invented maybe 75 to 100 years ago. Things that are commonplace right now. And we'll see what happens with people telling us about what happened with those things back in their day when they had them or didn't have them. All right. So it is a pun or joke game. And if they step forward and let's pretend like I should be on screen for this. Pretend like if the blank is cows, they might say, back in my day, we didn't have cows. We had to get milk from an udder source. So it might be a groan kind of situation, but we don't have a groaner foul. That's suspended for this entire match. So if they tell a good one, a bell will ring, an angel will get its wings, and that team will score 1 point. If they tell one that doesn't make sense or it's a repeat, gets the old duck call, and they get no points. But we don't have points, so nobody's worried about that. So we're just going to play and have a really, really good time. And let's go to the Duchess of Chat for our first suggestion.
Jennifer wants to know about tongs.
Tongs?
Yes.
So back in my day, we didn't have tongs. All right, players, begin.
Back in my day, we didn't have tongs. We had full sets of underpants.
Back in my day in France, we don't use the tongs. We use 2 baguettes.
Back in my day, we didn't have tongs. We just used our darn fingers.
Back in my day, we didn't have tongs. We used a spatula.
Drea.
Back in my day, we just used the teeth before they were coming out.
Okay, gross.
Back in my day, we didn't have tongs. We just used 2 bones and pulled them together through whatever it was off.
Andrea K.
Back in my day, we didn't have tongs. We just stabbed it.
All right, that's the first suggestion. Let's go to the second suggestion from our friend, the Duchess of Chat.
Megan wants to know about iPhones.
Okay, so back when we didn't have iPhones, players, begin.
Back in my day, we didn't have iPhones. We had Androids.
Oh, boo.
Back in my day, we didn't have iPhones. We had party lines. No privacy there either.
Back in my day, ugh, make fire from my bodies of enemies and do smoke signals.
Back in my day, we didn't have iPhones. We had to listen to the lady say, 1 ringy-dingy, 2 ringy-dingy.
Back in my day, we had 2 cans and a string.
Back in my day, we didn't have iPhones. We only had the A phone. Back in my day, we didn't have iPhones. We never talked to anybody neither. Well, we don't do that either with iPhones.
Tim.
Back in my day, we didn't have apps. We had naps.
Tim.
Ooh, back in my day, we didn't have Siri. We had the old mean lady down the street.
Back in my day, we did not have the cell phone in France. We used croissant and we mime our conversation to the person at the next table.
Oh, I'm sorry. In France, you never talk to the person at the next table when you're at a cafe. Let's go to Robin.
Back in my day, we didn't have the iPhones. We had the euphonium, the tuba you can carry.
Nicely done. All right, let's go to the Duchess.
Yes, from Heidi, the panini press.
The panini press. Oh, wow. All right, begin.
Back in my day, we didn't have a panini press. We didn't need it. We had big, heavy rocks. Boom.
Back in my day, we didn't have a panini press. We just sat on it with our fannies.
Back in my day, we didn't have a panini press. We had rocks from the Earth's crust cooling that we would put on top of the sandwiches.
Whatever, dude. Back in my day, we didn't have a panini press. We had the George Foreman grill.
Back in my day, we didn't have a panini press. We just take that sandwich and just slap it around. Just slap it around.
Back in my day,
we did not have panini press. We put bodies under big rocks.
Back in my day, we didn't know what a panini was.
All right, we're going to go to the next round. And in the next round, first option goes to Kevin and Paul. All right, what's our next suggestion?
Well, from Elena, Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks. And begin.
Back in my day, we didn't have Birkenstocks. We just walked over everything and developed all the calluses ourselves.
Back in my day, we didn't use Birkenstocks. We just like clogs and made a lot of noise.
Back in my day, we didn't have Birkenstocks. We had bogus stocks, and I went bankrupt.
Back in my day, we didn't have Birkenstocks. We just had really uncomfortable shoes.
Back. Is it working now? Is it? Am I supposed to say it?
And that's time. Let's give it up for our players. Awesome job. Excellent work. Jamie, what was your favorite?
My favorite was the first one, tongs.
Tongs.
We had underwear, underpants, I think you said.
Complete underpants. All right, excellent. Hey, before we go, there's some folks we'd like to thank. First of all, Duchess, Von Chat, Amy Milstein. Woo! Thank you very much. Awesome. We would like to also thank Jamie Montgomery, our announcer. Hey, helping us out on the technical side, Ken Wells.
Hey, that's me. I'm just the voice.
Excellent. Our Rec League director, lurking out somewhere, doesn't need to turn the camera on if she doesn't want to, Brooke Chamberlain. All right. Whoop, whoop. And folks, we're going to do a little ending for you here to recognize each of the players, but hang around for a Q&A. In fact, you can start putting in questions that you might have for the players. So everybody with your cameras on, please. And we're going to meet them once again.
We'd like to thank our 301 Showcase, Robin, Tim, Rhea, Andrea K, Kevin, Paul, Dave, Steve, and the captains, Myra and Ryan. and of course, your referee, Patrick Electrical Shore.
Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been such a pleasure. Let's bring the players back out and see them again. Applause, wild applause from houses all over the world, I'm sure. And let's go to Amy and let's meet some folks. A couple things. First of all, I'm going to pop into chat here the opportunity to support us and help us support Black Resilience Fund and Reclaim the Block, and I'll pop those in just a second, and we'll do that. So, Amy, what's our first question that we're going to take from our studio audience?
Well, Jennifer wants to know, what's the hardest fear to get over when doing improv?
Great question. What's the hardest fear? In this case, I'm going to stop ringing the bell and have you raise hands. Myra?
Making mistakes, being afraid to make a mistake. That was my biggest thing to get over. It's okay.
So you did get over it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Drea?
Just letting go and realizing that whatever comes out is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because it's going to land with people who are going to go with it.
Cool. Awesome. Dave?
Fear of remaining single because I've started a really geeky hobby.
Awesome. Andrea K., you had something?
Yeah, kind of similar to Andrea. It's kind of the fear of not having a plan.
Oh, okay.
To not need one.
Cool. Steve?
Yeah, right there. Fear of the unknown.
Yeah. Cool. And the classes have helped with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So most of the folks in this group have been working with us here at CSE since January, a 101 class, followed by a 201 class, followed by a 301. And about 2 weeks into 201 is when we switched to online. You know why. And have continued online. They just did a really great job with adjusting to the new normal, and it's been fantastic. So most of the folks here, with maybe a couple exceptions, have been doing this for about 20 classes. So cool. So what's our next question, Duchess?
Well, June asked, this is a good one. How do you listen to who's speaking and think of something creative and funny?
Well, that's a great question. So how do you listen and then think of something creative and funny? Ryan?
Well, I'm going to start off by saying we were playing that, I think it was the dating game, and I was into my character and I was asking questions, and at the end you're supposed to guess what everybody is. And I had no idea what anybody else said the whole time because I was so into my character. And at the end I was like, oh, I have no idea what anybody is. But I think, that's going to happen from time to time. And what Patrick has said is like, don't try to be funny, basically, just let it just kind of open your mind and go, and hopefully trust yourself that what will come out will be good.
Cool. Awesome. Drea and Robin.
And the thing is that same thing happens in the actual real life dating game. So
Thank you for that tip. Awesome. Robin.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the early classes learning to just react fast without worrying about whether it was any good. And what we started to realize is as long as I react to something, my partner's going to make it good. I can completely go off the rails and someone else is going to pick it up and run with it, and it's all going to be fine in the end. It just may not end where you thought it was going to end.
Sure. Andrea K.
Yeah, and improv's all about yes and in that yes and moment is fast enough for you to think about something.
Cool. Awesome. Tim.
Yeah, I had, from the last question, I had a fear of not being able to plan ahead. So the really listening intently and accepting everything, like Andrea said, is a great way to just give in to what's happening and react immediately.
Cool. Hey, let's go to a different question. Sorry.
Mary Pat wants to know, have you used your improv skills in the real world?
Okay, Myra's already got her hand up.
I have some coworkers on this call right now. They know I've already, all my meetings, I'm kind of up in the face. Hi. So yeah, it's really helping me be more engaging, I think, as a trainer.
Cool. Great. Steve?
No.
Right, you're an attorney. So.
I love honest answers. Anybody else have any real life applications? Ryan?
I tried to teach some games to middle schoolers. Nope, don't do that. Sorry to you middle schoolers that are out there currently watching this.
Well, I don't mean to contradict you, but if they're going to it intentionally, we do have camps this summer. The first one, June 22nd, will be online. We'll see about later ones, probably online as well. Check that out at portlandcomedy.com under education. Look for youth classes. Cool. Also, for adult classes, by the way, we have another 101 class starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And there's plenty of room in it. Like, we could really use a couple more people. So if you're in the Portland area and you're considering it, but even if you're not in Portland, this is a unique opportunity. You don't have to be here to take the class. It'll be good. And thumbs up or thumbs down on how 101 was for my cohorts out here? Cool?
Thumbs up.
Awesome. There's one hesitant because he didn't actually take 101 with us, but that's all right. So yeah, check that out, portlandcomedy.com. Look for education and adult classes. Awesome. Maybe one more question?
Yeah, this is a good one. Cameron wants to know, what's your favorite non-conventional animal you would like to have as a pet?
Okay, it's a great way to end. Steve first.
A pangolin.
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious. Andrea K.
I want a hippo.
Sure.
Baby hippo.
I mean, who doesn't? Robin?
I would like a wombat.
Wombats are nice. Awesome. Kevin, I got to give you a shot here.
I want a feral wolf.
Okay, aren't they all?
Have you met a feral wolf?
Yeah, I mean, I think they are all feral, but yeah, that's cool. Awesome. What a concept. Who else has the pet opportunity? Dave?
I like a rat that looks like me.
Nice. Too real. All right. Anybody else have an answer to that? Ryan?
I'll take a rhinoceros, but only if I can shrink him down to pocket size and put him in my pocket.
Like a kumquat. Exactly. Myra?
Like a really smart monkey that could take over the child, helping them get on Zoom and stuff during the day when I'm working.
Oh, yeah. Monkeys are good at that. Awesome. I've seen videos. All right. Cool. We're going to wind it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for helping us out. If you can throw a little at Venmo or PayPal. Normally when we do these live, we sell about $400 in beer. So
Oh no,
weren't able
I
to do
drank
that.
that
Sorry we couldn't get you a beer. The players can't drink until afterwards. But if you can throw us a little something on Venmo or PayPal, we're going to redirect that this week to Black Resilience Fund and Reclaim the Block. And our shows this weekend, 7 p.m. Friday and 7 p.m. Saturday. If you want to see the Pro Team versus CSC Richmond on Friday, Richmond, Virginia, and Austin, Texas on Saturday, go to the front page of portlandcomedy.com for information on how to get the link to that. The shows are free with donations, again, through Venmo and PayPal. And if you're really into it, if you go to our website and go into the website, there's a page called Special on the menu, and there are ticket packages that you can buy for the future when we're open again that help support us now. And we still got rent to pay and people to pay and all, and it would be super helpful. Thanks so much. Any final words tonight from Jamie, our fabulous announcer?
Yes, we just had somebody ask if you can send the Venmo link in chat again.
I will do it. I'm going to hit that right there. Thank you so much.
This is
Myra, did you have something?
No, also the PayPal. I saw someone ask for the PayPal link.
Okay, we got that. Fantastic. And thank you, Jamie, for giving us a pangolin. Drea?
Well, my brother was wondering if Andrea and I resent each other for being in the class with the same name. And I got to say, yes.
So there's
I love you too, Andrea.
it's a lot of kiss, but some resentment behind all that. So, fantastic.
We liked having to compete against each other tonight.
That's great. And one more final word to our fans. These players, you'll notice they're wearing Comedy Sports Rec League jerseys. They have now graduated to our Rec League, which is an every Wednesday class, 52 weeks a year-ish. It's pretty much every Wednesday, learning skills, and Rec League does shows from time to time. So we also had a 3-1 showcase last night that was great, and hopefully most of these 20 players are going to invade and take over Rec League, and that's going to be the way it is. So they get to start that next week. It's really cool. We're looking forward to seeing them grow and learn and take all sorts of different classes as we offer them as well. So for more information about what we do, hit portlandcomedy.com. I'm Patrick Short. It's been a pleasure. For Duchess Von Chat, Ken Wells helping us out on tech, Jamie, your fabulous, fabulous announcer and analyst. And for our students, we thank you so much. We're going to play a little music, and for the players, I'm going to be popping another Zoom link into chat, and we'll go have a notes session after this. So stay on long enough to get that separate link, and go join that meeting as soon as this one is over. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a really, really great evening. Ooh, we're doing this one again. How about this song? That's much better. Thank you so much.
I'll just tell you on air, Jamie, you did a great job. Same to you, Amy.
Thanks, Uncle Ken.
Thank you. You did too as well, Ken.
Everybody was fantastic. And hey, for all of you players who are in there, check chat real quick for that link.
Oh.
We'll be there in just a moment. I'm going to post the Venmo once more and PayPal. And I'll be over in the notes session in a minute or two. Thank you so much. Oops, I'll be posting again. Sorry, I did it wrong. Here we go.
Conceived in 1900 as a junction more efficient. Don't act like a quadrangle when you're faced with something different. There were some problems until the 60s when the offside priority rule fixed these. It says don't stop, but yield it first, unless you're driving through Portland's Laurelhurst. Now, don't freak out, it's a roundabout. No need to speed and no need to shout. You may be full of doubt, just go in and out. It's a roundabout, it's just a roundabout. Don't speed up, but maybe slow down. Don't stop or yield once you're going around. Do not pass and don't signal your turn. I know it's a lot, but I think we can learn.